the Dalai Lama. I do know her. One of the most common ones we make has urea in it, which is the main byproduct of urine.
We found a cure, urea.
Oh, Sophie, urea? What do you listen through?
Oh my God!
Oh, that is so
And we can win a trip to Paris.
Or an air fryer.
Hi, I'm Emily from Buffalo, New York.
I'm Pat from the UK.
My name is Dominique Mercer. I'm from Kitchener, Ontario, Canada.
And I approve this podcast.
Happy Hump Day. Toni Lodge has divided the internet. Now, this was a few weeks ago now. I just want to play a video of Toni Lodge's. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I actually don't. In every relationship, housemate, romantic, whatever, you are one of two people. You either care about the dishwasher or you fucking don't.
And which one are you, Toni Lodge?
I don't give a fuck. It goes in there, it all cleans the exact same fucking way. I don't think it matters. And you know what? If it doesn't all clean, pop her on again.
So are you saying...
Not the whole thing, but like
Yeah.
if a spoon's got a little bit of something on it, then you just pop it in for the net. Like of all the things I care about, and there are a lot, I don't need to take that on.
Would you say you don't give a fuck about it?
I don't give a fuck about it.
I would like to introduce and pitch my new segment.
I don't give a fuck.
Of all the things to give a fuck about, that's the thing you gave a fuck about. Your brain could have gone a different route, but that's the thing you gave a fuck about.
This...
Absolutely beautiful.
This
God, your
segment,
voice sounds different on that,
It
doesn't
sounds like Tom would.
Yeah.
Do you want me to play the example I gave to Tom for him to make?
Yes. Absolutely. I need to know all stages that this went through.
Lily was with me when I did it. You need to know that context. Actually, you can say hi. Say hi, Tom.
Hello.
Oh,
That was Lily. She says hi.
she said hello.
Oh, how did I sing it earlier? Of all the things to give a fuck about, that's what you decided to give a fuck about. Your brain could have gone a different round, but that's the thing you gave a fuck about. Oh, I think it was give a fuck about. Okay, it was a work in progress.
That's like a song from the 2000s where at the end they go like, oh, I don't think it's going to be that take. You know how they like...
So...
I love the jingle. Sorry, can we have the jingle again?
Should we just go a shorter version? Because I've got one.
That's the thing you gave a fuck about.
So, basically...
A little sting.
This is a segment about people giving too many fucks to things that don't need that many fucks.
Oh my God, I love it.
Exhibit A, dishwashers. Get over it.
That's the thing you gave a fuck about.
So, a bit like our forefather Mark Manson, subtle art of not giving a fuck is that you only have a certain amount of fucks. Don't waste them on shit like a dishwasher or...
Or what Madison, who's a tarper and listens, has sent in.
Hey, Madison. So,
I'm going to tell you what she gives a fuck about.
and then we can work out how I'm responding.
Or we can decide if it's worth giving a fuck about.
Is she telling us she does give a fuck
Yeah.
about it? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
The end of a dim sim that has the rounded edge, that's the top of a dim sim.
Completely agree.
The
Oh,
end of
shit. I've already fucked the
That's
game.
the thing you gave a fuck about.
the end of the dim sim that has the folded edge, that's the bottom. I will die on this hill and regularly find myself in debates about this.
Of all the things to give a fuck about, that's the thing you gave a fuck about. Your brain could have gone a different route, but that's the thing you gave a fuck about.
I would like to say something. I think... Obviously, getting in a debate about what's the top and the bottom, that
Regularly.
is that is
How often
giving,
does it come up?
Yeah. How often are you eating dim sims? Your life sounds awesome.
That is true. Give
Yeah.
a fuck about that.
But I think that getting into a debate about it or whatever is whatever. But also, I think that people having a preference doesn't necessarily mean that they're like...
I will die on this hill and regularly find myself debating about this.
Because, like, I think that taking it on and having a preference aren't the same
No,
thing.
I totally agree. If I said, which do you think's the top and the bottom?
Yeah.
And you go, wow, if you're making me choose, I'd probably think that.
Or I'd eat that way first. Because I
Sure.
would too. I would pick it up and I would eat
Yep.
from the rounded end. But that's not the same as taking
As
it
giving
on.
a fuck about it.
Yeah, absolutely. But because you can have a preference.
That's the thing you gave a fuck about.
Because
But that's the thing you gave a fuck about?
Because sometimes if I share a preference, you go, don't take it on, who gives a fuck? I go, oh, it wasn't really me giving a fuck about it, but just that's how I would do it.
Yep.
Because I feel a bit added by this because I care about so much stuff. That doesn't matter.
You don't give a fuck about dishwashers, remember?
I don't give a fuck about the dishwasher. And I think that is a waste of a fuck.
Now, if you're new to our show, this is a
Welcome.
safe space, a brain break.
Oh, we've just fucking rinsed some slut about a dim sim. Safe space.
Oh, but you know how like there's a lot of bad shit. There's a lot of bad shit going on in the world, and like this is your time for 30 minutes a day.
Brain
you can
break.
think about something else.
Yeah.
Now, this is gonna sound like politics chat, but it's not because that's not what we do. The President of America, fair bit going on.
Lots.
There is, for other shows, potentially a lot to give a fuck about. Not our show.
Yep, sure.
But of all the things to give a fuck about what that guy's done, this
Yeah.
is what BuzzFeed's gone with. Let me read the article. Donald Trump has not taken care of the White House rose garden. Here are the before and after photos, and they are unthinkable.
That's the thing you gave a fuck about.
Yeah, of all the things. And
He's completely destroyed the roses. Here he is. Oh, look, they've moved the things there.
oh god.
Kennedy's wife put him in the 40s, but she liked the yellow roses, but then
Don't you
Hillary liked the red, so she planted some of them. And
think though that if the rose garden was blooming, the headline would then be, oh, can't control the country or the world, but he's worried about like
spending too much time in that rose garden.
like I just feel like the rose garden being in question at all is
Of all the things to give a fuck about, that's the thing you gave a fuck about. Your brain could have gone a different route, but that's the thing you gave a fuck about.
bit of workshop. That's quite long. The long version's long.
Okay, we'll
Would use
we'll
the
open with
sting
the-
through the segment.
yeah, we'll open up with the opener and then use the short one.
Yes, love that. I know you're proud of it today though, so
Hmm.
I'll allow it.
So are you saying you give a fuck about the placement of the audio bits?
No, because then
And that's the thing because you care about this show.
yeah, and of all the things I'm allowed to take on, surely that's one of them.
And that's the thing we gave a fuck about. Ooh.
And we allowed it.
Hi, I'm Emily from Buffalo, New York.
I'm Pat from the UK.
My name is Dominique Mercer. I'm from Kitchener, Ontario, Canada, and you're listening to Toni and Ryan.
A massive shout out to a few of our champion tarpers, just a few of them. We love them all equally, but this is just a few. Sophie Jones, good on you, Soph.
Good on you, Soph.
Not you. Alex Thorne. Oh, Rose Thorne. Cares about the garden. Don't care about the garden. Ditty John Strupp. Good on you, Ditty. Kayla Boyd, Amy, Bethany Kigan, David Clulo, and Susie Jane Williams. SJW. What a great fucking... I watched this video the
Sarah
other
Jessica
day.
Walker.
Yes, I watched this video the other day, and because you know how Alex Cooper recently had Sarah Jessica Parker on Call Her Daddy, they did they released the chat and stuff, but then they released some like off-air footage of them kind of like meeting for the first time.
Yeah.
And she walks over and she goes, "Hi, I'm Sarah Jessica," and Alex goes, "Oh, do you go by Sarah Jessica?" And she goes, "Yeah." And she goes, "Oh, does anyone call you Sarah?" And she goes, "Not really." And she goes, "So should I call you Sarah Jessica?" And all the comments are like, "That's what she said her fucking name is." And she goes, "Yeah, Sarah Jessica or SJ." She's like, "People don't really call me Sarah." She's like, "Don't they?" But it's like, and all the comments are like, hey, so she told you her name.
Yeah, so you asked the question, you got the answer, and why?
And then you went, well, I won't do that. And it made me laugh so much. But then I was like, well, SJ, like,
So Jessica's not a middle name.
I think that it's like a, I
Never thought what to call her without the last name.
I just call her Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah, well, every time I'm hanging out with SJ.
But like all the comments are like, so you asked her name and then you said, well, no. Oh, God. I love Alex Cooper. As Shameless would say, she's absolutely in my pass basket. However, that I read that and I watched that video and I went, that's a weird interaction.
Yeah, that's weird.
Imagine if I went, hi, I'm Toni, and they went, well, no.
I'd prefer Michelle.
I'm going to call you Toni Louise.
Yeah.
Okay,
sure.
Interesting.
Considering your middle name's Felicia, that's a weird choice.
That is a weird choice. So they really picked that out of nowhere.
I don't know if anyone knows this, but 2025 is the year of winning.
And we're doing a great job.
We are doing a fucking great job. If there's a thing on Instagram,
I just want to win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I ain't ever giving up. And every time I step up in the building, everybody's hands go up.
I just headbutted the microphone.
And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there, up, down, up, down, up, down. Cause all I do is win, win, win.
And they stay there. If there's a thing... There's a rule in my household, and it annoyingly comes up a lot, that if something silly happens and one of us goes, oh, that's ludicrous, we have to say it in the voice.
Ludicrous! Yeah, the first time I ever heard that, I was in the car with you both.
Yeah, and I go, sorry, what was that, Bridge? And she goes, oh.
Ludicrous! Yeah.
If there's a thing on Instagram or Facebook that says, tag 2 friends to win, and you don't want to annoy your friends, tag Toni Lodge, tag me, Ryan John. We're happy for it. We love
TikTok, Instagram, doesn't
Bang,
matter. Wherever it is, you can
Yep.
tag us. We
love
don't mind.
it. Now, this year, we as a community of tarpers, whether it's a tag to win or just anything where you win something.
A meat raffle,
Yep.
a running race.
That's huge.
If someone ran a running race and won, that is eligible.
Okay.
Don't you reckon? That's
Yeah,
effort.
yeah. But we're going for...
More like, if it was me, I'd be like, F that. Effort.
That's
Like, fuck
clever.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It needs a bit of work, but I think it's almost there.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know if that is eligible.
A running race.
Well, it feels like then
We're
you
not
just be
allowing
good at
that.
running.
Yeah.
I feel like most of these have an element of luck or like enter the draw.
Oh.
Because you don't like
Otherwise-
enter the draw of a marathon and like hope you win.
Oh, well then piss on my face and call me a Sunday. Fuck that off.
Well, I do that most days anyway.
Who's
Gee-
Who is she?
Do you know what we had last night after dinner?
Um,
A little scoop of like vanilla ice cream and ice magic and some frecklies.
Can I tell you one of the greatest?
Okay, well I'm talking about me at the moment.
No. This is you'll love this. It's a yes and to what you just said.
Yeah.
We went to Savers on the weekend, which is like a thrift store and op shop. And we found an old school metal ice cream scoop.
Oh, that's what I used. The one with the clicker?
No, like old school.
Oh. You know the one with the clicker that like scoops it out? That's what we've got.
Because I've been
It's not very good.
fucking up spoons for years. Like, because the ice cream's so hard.
Yeah,
you like
and they
rip
just
it in and
bend.
just bend.
Yeah.
And then I saw this thing and you like, because it's so thick.
Yeah.
And it just cuts
You
through
can
like
really
butter.
get some purchase on the thing.
And then when you sit down with your sprinkles and your stuff, you
Yeah.
feel like you've earned it because you've used this beautiful old tool.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
I always feel good when I've used a beautiful tool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You can call me Ryan, though.
Had a little Sunday. Yeah.
That is
ice
cute.
magic. Yeah.
Vintage.
Thank you. That is a bit vintage.
Can we get
isn't it?
KFC
That's
today?
good. Yeah. I'll get you some KFC, my little babe.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Why
you.
you need some KFC?
Oh, when you said that, it reminded me. Remember they used to have the Crushy bar that had the ice creams and stuff? The Crusher. And then because the Golden Gay Time
With a K.
Crusher. Was it a Kardashian related dessert?
That's really funny.
Thank you. Now, we're going to win as a community 1,000 things this year.
Sorry, back to the thing.
Yeah. It's July. I'm actually not going to tell you the number, but we are getting close to ticking over 1,000.
No
already.
way,
Yeah.
really?
But don't forget to submit your win, tonyandryan.com.au, because we all need them to count. So
Yes.
we really like that. Now, I've got a few to go through. Oh, remember last time we did a check-in, a lot of people had won boudoir shoots?
Yeah, they had. That was a common theme.
Yeah, and so this lady goes, and I don't want to put it because she goes, "Oh, I just like wanted to be part of the winners," and then I had to like take my kid off because she's like, "I won this boudoir shoot."
Totally, yeah.
And she's like, "I'm not sharing the photos because they're very revealing."
Not so fair.
But
yeah.
she said, "I went and did it." And I was very nervous, but they made me really comfortable. And I looked at the photos and I was actually really proud of myself. And she said, "Thank you so much, because if it wasn't for the year of winning, it just would have been an experience I would never have done. And even though it was nerve-wracking, I feel like I've come out like a very, more confident, more positive person. So thank you for giving me the push."
That is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. I can't think of anything worse.
Yeah.
I would
Actually,
like, yeah.
Now, Miranda Barton, she's from South Dakota, and they went to a South Dakota State basketball game. Go the Jackrabbits!
Oh, fucking the old JRs.
Yeah, and they, her son,
The old Jackie Raps.
that's their family there. At halftime they might have like a shootout or a contest.
Yeah.
Her son won a baby crawling contest. So at halftime they line up these babies and they're like, "All right, go first to crawl to the end." And so there was 5 little babies crawling.
That is so cute.
And my little son Holden, who we can see him there in the picture.
Yeah, she's holding him.
Yeah. I hope I haven't
Cassie,
misread
who are you
that.
holding?
No, I hope I haven't missaid that. Maybe she's actually said that and I've assumed.
I just called
And
her
this
Cassie.
is my son Holden.
What's her name?
That could have gone either way. Miranda Barton.
Miranda. Oh, I did the Miranda. Oh, who's
Hang on.
Miranda Holden?
Let me read this and let's decide whether the kid's name is Holden or if
Is it a capital H?
I don't fuck with capitals, bro.
But didn't you just copy and paste the comment or whatever?
What'd you call me?
But didn't you just go, or do you rewrite them?
They get shortlisted because there's
yeah,
1,000.
so many.
5 babies lined up across the basketball court, and my Holden crawled the fastest. No, that's his name.
Yeah.
That's his name.
This is my algorithm. Baby races.
Sophie's fucking got a illegal casino in her house.
Yeah.
Sophie's like,
She's betting on them.
Instead of like cockfights, she's doing baby races in her house, out the back in that big shed.
Yeah.
She's like, she lets people in. She takes cash.
I just got a little baby cake.
I tell you,
let people in.
I tell you what, I would like to gamble on. Is anyone else's algorithm getting like pick a color of the marble and see which gets to the end of the dominoes thing first?
No.
So basically, there's all these different color marbles, and someone set up a
Yeah, I get the concept.
Yeah, but so as soon as it starts, it goes pick one, and you go bloop, and then you're like following it down.
No, I'm not getting that, but I would find that very satisfying.
Oh.
I love the videos where where the glass bottles roll down the thing and all the stuff pops out.
We should do another one of those reaction videos where we just do that shit.
I love like satisfying shit.
Or
is
get the foam thing from the kitchen.
fuck, cast my mind back 4 days. It's a big week for that.
It
That
is a big week.
was my Monday.
Yeah, sorry about that. Chelsea's from Utah.
Hi, Chelsea.
I won a year of pizza from the local slice house.
I'm calling it a slice house approved.
I think that's the name of the biz.
Oh.
But you're right, it is pretty sick.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm heading down the slice house. Who wants a slice?
Yeah. Oh, just pop into the slice house.
Do you want us to wait for you to do your hair and makeup there, mate?
I was talking to you and What the fuck was
So I'm
that?
lashing out because someone's got
What the fuck was that?
year of pizza from the slice house and it wasn't me. Jasmine from Perth.
Hi, Jasmine.
I was drunk and we were getting takeaway drinks from the bottle shop at the pub, and there was this like scan the QR code to enter the contest. So she was like, oh, yeah, fucking whatever.
Yeah.
Won a trip to Melbourne, flights, accommodation, 4-star hotel for 5 nights, attraction passes, car hire, meals, and $1,000 spending money to spend at Melbourne restaurants.
What?
Fuck yeah.
That's a crazy prize.
Yep. Now, Emma, she won the top prize at Bingo Loco at Derby in the UK and won a trip to Paris.
What's Bingo Loco?
Well, it's bingo. That's loco.
No, but like,
And was there a derby in there?
The town. She's from a town of Derby.
okay, sorry, I heard like,
A derby of bingo players.
no, like horse racing or something. 'Cause like a horse derby is like
Yep.
like Derby Day or whatever.
Where it's from?
Isn't that what it is?
Yeah.
Derby Day.
Well, that's Derby Day though, isn't it?
The Kentucky Derby.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking of. Anyway, who goes to bingo and win a trip to Paris? That is loco.
Oh, Bingo Loco. I've just Googled it.
Yeah, what is it?
It says they've flipped the traditional game of bingo on its head and turned it into a 3-hour-long interactive stage show complete with dance-off, rave rounds, lip-sync battles, throwback anthems, confetti showers, and prize ranging from international holidays, cars, air fryers, lawnmowers, and so much more. What?
What else is there? You can't say so much more after you've listed every good thing that exists on this earth.
Do they have pyro?
Could we go? Is there a bingo loco near me?
Melbourne shows is the first thing that popped up. Yeah, we can go.
Should we go to bingo loco?
What are you doing July 19th?
As a team, we could go to
don't
bingo
get me started
loco.
on July 19th, and you'll find out on the show tomorrow.
Oh,
Actually, maybe I am free.
why don't you
We'll
take
take 'em.
everybody
We'll take
to
'em.
bingo
We'll take 'em.
loco?
We'll explain
It's coming tomorrow.
Tomorrow on the show, I had something planned for July 19. Might have fallen through. Maybe we're going to play bingo loco.
That would be so
I was like, why does that date ring a bell?
This looks sick.
It's just like
We're going to bingo loco.
Oh my God!
Oh!
That's what a hot take Tony should look like. Holy
That
shit.
is so
And we can win a
sick.
trip to Paris.
Or an air fryer.
Imagine
The
if
two things that I want. That's amazing.
Question.
Hey, the win for us is that we've just discovered bingo loco.
That is a win. That's probably the second biggest win today. After Andrew Hayes, who's a tarper from Mississippi in the United States of America. Are you ready for this? Andrew went on Jeopardy and won $140,000 US. He's a tarper. You can watch him on Jeopardy. He's cleaning the fuck up. And he thought the first thing he did when he left the Jeopardy studios, guess what he did?
What?
TonyandRyan.com.au, went to the winners tab and said, guys, just contributing my part.
$140,000.
Yeah, that's him midway through his winnings there.
I was going to say, yeah, he's lied about how much he
It's
won.
only 25 on the screen there, but that's him.
140,000 American dollars. What's that in AUD? Like $6 billion bucks? Like, that's
That'd be
crazy.
what, 220 Australian?
215.
Fuck.
That is so... Andrew, amazing.
Can we look up what's the average house price in Mississippi?
Charles?
Charles has Zillow
I
open
did
at all
think you were
times.
going to say you went straight to the store to get a soda stream.
I thought you were about to say...
I'm going to say if there's enough left over for a soda stream.
Yeah, hopefully.
Charles, average house price in Mississippi.
180.
So he's almost got a house.
Clean. Like,
You'd hope so.
not cleaned, but I mean like straight up.
Cash. Can I have a house? Yeah, what sort?
Oh, clean. It has to be clean.
Sorry, I'll put that filter on Zillow.com.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's
yeah. Oh, no, sorry. That one hasn't been fucking
Good on you,
cleaned
Andrew.
yet.
And thank you to everyone for submitting those through. And like I said, we want to get 1,000 this year. We haven't got there yet, but we are actually really close.
That's amazing.
So TonyandRyan.com.au. And if you want to tag us in anything, do it. We fucking love to see
Yeah,
it.
we would love to see that.
What do you
and
got
I've
there?
got something else I'd love to see.
Please.
This is from Catherine Rowland, not Kelly Rowland. Might be assistant.
rolling.
What? Catherine said, I've just listened to the episode where you talked about, cast your mind back, everybody, talked about rubbing the first wee of the morning into your wart as a kid. So I shared a couple of weeks ago that I had a wart, and my friend Melinda Bryson told me that the first wee of the morning, if you rubbed a bit of wee onto it, that was like an old wives' tale and that would get rid of the wart. Everybody made fun of me. Ryan said, stop pissing on yourself. I said I wasn't. It was just a little bit that I rubbed in. Anyway,
I still don't know if that's better or worse.
Catherine said, you shared that, and let me tell you, you were not crazy. I'm a pharmacist and I work in a specialty compounding pharmacy where we compound medicine for warts. That sounds like a fake story, but genuinely. One of the most common ones we make has urea in it, which is the main byproduct of urine. There's a couple of other ingredients in the compound.
Sorry.
So fine. I've got my fucking receipts here, so I can wait all day.
What was that called? What was it? The
Urea.
urea.
I never had it for?
I have that in my wing.
But yeah, I mean, first of all, if you had to guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
She comes in and pisses in the bottles.
Yeah.
No, I do.
Compound this.
Yeah. So one of the most common ones we make has urea in it, which is the main byproduct of urine.
We found a cure, urea.
Oh, Sophie, urea?
Did you want me to park out the front? No, bring her around the rear. What sort of pudding did you want? A chair?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
No?
No, absolutely not.
Oh. Someone pisses on their own leg, but I'm the weird one.
Piss on my legs. I rubbed a bit of wee. Anyway.
She's getting upset. I can see a small
Can
utia.
anyone?
Okay.
What do you listen through?
Urea?
Thank you.
No, don't put it in there. I don't want to get pregnant. Well, can I stick it in urea?
Yeah.
No, you go. I think we're done. Are we done?
You know that English singer, Chris Rea? Chris Rea. Anyway, patients often joke like, "Oh, it's got urea in here. Does it smell like weed?"
Dua Lipa? Is she the one singing?
It helps soften the skin to remove the wart easier. So there is 100% a connection between piss and warts. You're not crazy. Signed, a doctor of pharmacy. So Catherine, thank you. You love to see that. Maybe it wasn't all a lie.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, if they're using urea, I mean, it must be close. I'm always close when I use urea. Thanks, Sophie.
I might love to see it.
Hang on. Let the
What's Sophie's not husband's name?
urea. Oh, sorry, urea.
I've got to love to see it. And as much as Toni loved that story, she's going to love this story because it's got Toni written all over it. This story is based in Japan. Toni's been there.
I have.
It involves a monk. Toni's met their CEO. It involves... Yeah.
The Dalai Lama. I do know her.
Toni's met the Dalai Lama. Can we put that snippet on screen as well, man?
The monk CEO.
It involves a dog recommendation, and Toni might get a second dog.
I have a dog.
Yeah. And it involves hanging out with adopted people, and she loves that shit. This is Miro. This little dog here.
What a beautiful
Cute little dog. In rural Japan, a Buddhist monk was ambushed by a bear whilst walking in the mountains.
Oh.
Out of nowhere, the little stray dog Miro, who'd been dumped earlier and adopted by the local township, charged at the bear and chased it off and saved the monk's life. Now,
What?
so Miro was discarded, and then the locals adopted him and kept feeding him and taking care of him.
So he's just like everyone's dog.
Yeah,
the community dog.
Yeah, it's the community dog. And that's Miro. And then he saved a monk's life by chasing off a bear. This is supposed to be a heartwarming story. Why has everyone got Charles is lost it, Sophie's fucking gone.
Actually, I don't even really know. I'm just
Locals
in a
have been-
lot of physical pain.
Locals have been feeding Miro for months, and they now call him a local hero. They call him Miro the hero.
Super Miro. That's so cute. That dog is fucking adorable. Okay.
Is there? It's just a cute little tail.
No, it's a beautiful story. Yeah, I just still
Oh, then I
laugh.
said I've got a cute little tail. I wasn't referring to Miro's.
No, I just all I could think about was urea and then. You really know a guy. And
when you reverse your car, do you look back or do you look in the rear vision mirror?
I look in actually the Camuria. The reversing Camuria. Camuria.
I've actually got, just to try and wrap this up, I've got a recommendation for a Netflix show for everyone. I know we've got a show tomorrow, but for the weekend, you want to watch this?
Oh, it's a joke.
It's actually both.
I love things that are both.
What show have I started getting into recently? I told you the other night. It's very off-brand for me, but it's a reality show and I love it.
That you're into the Dallas Cowboys.
The Urea Leaders? Yeah.
Nah, I will not allow that.
No.
The Urea Leaders, Dallas Cowboys, very good. Good. Love those girls. 400% pay rise. So.
Thanks for being here. Love you so much. Back tomorrow for a Toni and Ryan Friday. Love you so much. Bye.
Are we going to call it that?
I used to, when we did 4 episodes a week, I used to say like, Happy Thursday or Toni and Ryan Friday, Toni and Ryan Day, because it's like our last day of the week. I think that's quite cute. So, love you. Bye, bye, bye.